I know you're only being nice to me because I accidentally made a sex tape and you feel bad.
Hi, welcome. Take 2.
Yeah, so we just did like a 20-minute podcast that we weren't recording on. So now we're gonna loop back and try and recreate some of that magic. You guys missed it. It was
magic.
It was gold.
It was the best one
It was
ever.
pure gold.
I know. Everything was so funny.
It started off with them mocking me for choosing that as the intro clip.
I know.
But
it's kind of a weird intro clip.
I was
that's
saying
the
it was
one?
like the edgiest thing that I could find. And not that necessarily the edgiest thing is the criteria for being the intro clip, but
Let's make that the rule.
I thought it was funny that it was the edgiest thing that I could find in this. And that like the leap from Rocky Horror Picture Show to all the boys I've loved before.
To be fair,
It's
I
kinda
do
crazy.
not pick based off of the last thing.
Nor should
or
you.
else you would be getting a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah,
and
no, I like this.
We get into like little ruts with like the LGBT musicals and stuff. Like it's not
You just went
terrible,
on,
but it's cool.
musical.
Yeah, this was a total like a 180 though.
Yeah.
Pow! We did a 360.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
where are we?
What do you mean?
You get to ask me your question
What
about why
are we
Gen Z
doing?
likes
So
this.
we're doing Validate Me.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
we're doing the this is welcome
podcast.
back, welcome back, or welcome to Validate Me, which is a podcast that we do roughly every 2 weeks. Where so
Occasionally.
Presley gets to assign us Gen Z materials that her and her peoples love. And we get to give her stuff that we really loved, like maybe when we were in high school, middle school, something like that. And we swap notes. So this was Presley's week, and like we said, she did To All the Boys I Loved Before, which is
A movie.
Netflix,
Netflix.
Hulu,
Yes.
Netflix.
Netflix.
No.
It went straight to
Netflix, not
Yeah.
Hulu.
So this is a Netflix movie.
What do you mean it went
The-
straight to Netflix? It doesn't
the
sound like straight
first
to DVD.
movie-
Well, it wasn't released in theaters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
neither is like any Netflix movie.
The first
Right.
Awesomeness TV movie. Apparently, they've done like 8 since August.
Yeah, they've done like 8 since August, and everything but To All the Boys I've Loved Before is really bad. But like The Kissing Booth, which is hilarious.
Okay, I've heard about that one.
I really want to make you guys, not for the podcast,
No,
watch
no,
The
no.
Kissing Booth because
Yeah, yeah.
it's so hilariously bad.
All right.
Yeah,
I
that
love
doesn't sound
it.
good.
Yeah.
I
All right.
love it.
So the fundamental question that we're like talking about here, and that we had a little bit of a conversation on before, is like this is so different than the other things. If you go back and look at the stuff Presley's assigned us to watch or listen to or whatever, this is not Doki Doki Literature Club.
teen.
Yeah, so this is the opposite of like edgy LGBT whatever-ness. So
LGBT, what I love my 2 main character traits, edgy and gay.
and it's not just you, right? This really took off. Like this has got
yeah.
a huge following in just a few months. I didn't realize it had just come out in August.
No,
Like it really
Yikes.
kind of took off
Right.
really fast. And so I'm curious, like especially now that you've had a chance to think about it, what is it that made this a thing that Gen Z connected to?
All right, number 1, we've got Noah Centineo and Laura Condor as our 2 main leads.
Covey.
Yeah, Covey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Covey is a brilliant name. It's really hard to name characters. Like when you're writing books or writing screenplays or something, names are just something you struggle with all the time. And I can't think of something that I've loved more than Covey recently. Like I just think it's
Names
such
are-
a great
Oh,
name.
yeah, it's
And
fantastic.
maybe it's like part of his acting too. Like
Right.
maybe like
He
his
goes,
delivery,
"Covey."
the way he calls, and it's kind of like lovey-dovey kind of thing, right? And so when he calls her Covey, like for some reason that feels super real to me. Like I connected with
I know.
that, and every time he said it, I kind of smiled a little bit. Like I,
was
thought it
like,
was super sweet, and it just totally worked. And maybe it was as much him as it was the name and the writing, but like the way, and like I was saying before, like I think the transition from it being just what he called her to it being like a pet name and like a little term of endearment kind of thing. I thought it was super
Largy.
slick. Like Largy was pretty funny too.
love Largy.
I thought that was pretty funny. But like Covey was great. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You've got Noah and you've got Covey.
Yeah,
as,
we've got
as the
Noah
main
and
characters,
Lana.
and you guys like them.
Oh, we love them so much. People love Noah.
And are
I'm
they
just
like
gonna-
30?
No.
No, he's 22. I looked it
Yeah,
up.
he's a little
okay.
boy.
But
Okay.
so
They're
maybe
both
he was
22.
like 19 when they shot it.
Is
I
he
don't
Gen
know.
Z? Is 22? 22 is not
No,
Gen Z, right?
millennial.
He's a millennial.
He's a millennial.
All right.
So he was in the Havana video
Oh,
as
yeah,
the
he
love
was.
interest.
Like the
He's
Havana?
actually-
No, no, no.
Havana- yeah.
Havana,
Really?
Havana.
So that was one of his big breakouts. I googled him.
Interesting.
So
Yeah,
he did
good boy.
a couple of things, and then he did this movie, which he was really
Yeah.
And then he got cast in Sierra Burgess as a loser, as also a love interest.
He's the love child of Mark Ruffalo and Poe Dameron.
Oh, damn it. Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac and Mark Ruffalo. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
both of whom we stan. We like them.
Yeah. Again, like if you don't know all the tropes, then they don't seem like tropes when
They're
you see them.
tropes, and that's the point of the movie, is that it's tropey and fun. Yeah.
It could have been the subtitle of this movie, All the Tropes. Right?
All the tropes I've loved
high school tropes.
But it's only good ones.
But very well done. Like,
Oh, yes.
we
Love
talked about,
that
like,
fake
the other thing
dating.
I think was really important that we sort of missed in some of the recording was like the chemistry between the actors, mostly the main two, right? Yeah. There were some I didn't love, to be perfectly honest with you. Kitty.
You like Kitty? I love Kitty's relationship with Laura Jean. Kitty's a fun kid.
But the main two, and maybe a little bit too, the neighbor. Josh, was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't know.
he was a
Josh
little weirder
Hutcherson?
to me. That was a stranger relationship.
In an island.
But
Yeah.
I think the main two had like a really great chemistry. I
Oh my
won't go.
God.
You guys missed a brilliant Star Wars monologue that I went off on in the recording. I won't go back into it.
Oh, no,
but, like,
it was a
the
really good
chemistry,
Star Wars monologue.
Yeah, the chemistry of the characters sometimes can like way surpass the work, like anything else that happens on the film, right? And I think that was the case here, where there was some really good writing, like good lines, good solid dialogue. There was some not so great dialogue. There was some really amazing like cinematography and set design that was super intentional. Mommy, do you want to talk about what you?
Well,
loved
it's just
about?
it was blue.
Yeah, it was very
the
blue.
aesthetic.
And then Mom spelled aesthetic wrong. Call out
Because I can't spell at all.
But like, I think there was a lot of intentionality into that kind of stuff. But some of it was done like in a, I mean, like I'm going to say amateurish, but not as an insulting thing. But like it's people that sort of love the film and wanted. It's like student filmy almost in some aspects of it. But that like innocence, it's weird that like the film is about this innocence. And the aesthetic and the production and the writing and everything almost kind of plays into that and makes it all feel like this super like campy, like innocent film. I know it all kind of worked together. But what saves it all for me is the chemistry of the actors by far.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it could have
so
been. It could have
perfect.
gone real south, and maybe that's the
Covey
other
Girls? I loved
problem
it.
with the other films by Awesomeness.
Oh, right.
Maybe
yeah,
they,
they don't
just
have the
have
talent.
good. They don't have the
Yeah,
good
or the
chemistry.
chemistry.
Don't have
pull
the
it off.
talent.
Yeah,
Don't have the
that's
chemistry.
possible.
Because I think
So
it could have
rushed.
gone so wrong if it hadn't had those two.
The other thing about this movie that I find fascinating, that again ties back to LA Comic Con, was that in the expo hall, blocking the main passageway for huge parts of both days we were there, was a dude in an enormous Yakult
I love
inflatable
Yakult.
suit.
I love it.
Right?
Glug glug.
And everything that we've read is that this movie single-handedly like changed the fortunes of Yakult.
Kombucha.
And that they were probably there. Like Yakult was probably at LA Comic Con because of this movie.
Yeah.
And they were handing out like free samples and stuff.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a Laura Jean cosplayer.
But I am going to complain again that it was.
Stop complaining about my movie.
It's not Korean.
I know. It's not Korean. It's Japanese.
It seems
and
like
part Icelandic.
But it just seems like the weird. Like I don't know. It really bothers me that
Okay,
like,
but I
that's
don't
what
think
they came up
Maybe
with.
in Portland you can't get Yakult at every grocery store
have
like
to
you
go
can
to
in
the
Los
Korean
Angeles.
market across town
Like we live in LA
to get
where there's
Yakult. To
be
Yakult in
fair.
every single.
Okay.
I bet you can get it at Ralph's. I bet you can get it everywhere here.
I don't know.
They never said it was Yakult. It was clearly Yakult.
Clearly, it was
Right,
Yakult.
yeah,
But they
showed the
didn't
bottle.
say it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
So whatever.
It was
Also,
some
their
like
labels.
fictional Korean yogurt.
And they just decided
Yeah.
to throw in a Yakult because they could find one.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know what. I like
yeah.
that. Just really seems like a really bizarre choice to me. I don't know.
Something I noticed
and
about this
unnecessary.
movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was really loud. Something I noticed about this movie is that all the labels on all the drinks are just there. Like she lifted up an Arizona tea, and then there was some Mountain Dew, and it was just there, and there was
Oh, that's
Subway.
interesting. Yeah.
And I was like, that's allowed?
There was a lot of Subway.
Is that
I
allowed?
wonder how much of it was
Well, no,
actually product placement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that people pay you
Yeah.
to have the product placement in there.
Ooh, Arizona tea. Arizona tea's cans are the best things in the world.
And
You
clearly
can't
it worked
mind.
because it helped you cold.
It certainly helped your cult out. Yeah. But I mean, like, I wonder if. Because, I mean, I know people can pay you to have product placement, but
Yeah.
can you use the product if you don't want to get paid? Can you just use it? Or do
I
you still
don't
have
think
to have
so.
a
I
contract?
think you have to put
you have to
you have to
put
put tape
label,
over
yeah.
Yeah,
it
that's what I
if you
thought,
don't
right?
have a.
That's why
So
I
it's not
put
just
it on
being
my backpack.
paid, but
Right.
like even if you want to do it for free, you got to have permission to do
Right.
that stuff. Right?
Oh, I just realized I can't use my backpack on set anymore.
But I mean, maybe again. So this is another little piece of a conversation we had. Like maybe it ties back again to like Mommy and I were complaining a little bit when we first watched it about the fact that they didn't do a lot of two shots in the dialogue. And so Presley had this great take. Puchan, you want to share?
Yeah. So I already closed Tumblr, so I can't actually show you the gift.
I've already seen it, and they can't.
Yeah. Well, I told them what user it was. Okay, so it's for gifability, which I hope y'all understood what that was. So it's so that you can make really pretty gift sets with the two shots next to each other. And the two shots are always really good. Like, they're pretty two shots. And so you guys were complaining, like, I don't know why they don't use them more often because they're good two shots. Blah. It's because you can put them next to each other in a gift set, and then that gets some marketing.
Yeah, you get the American Chopper.
Oh my God! That's not the only one.
That's the only one I've ever seen. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't look at me like that.
I was like, hold on. Okay, I have to. Okay, since Mom got her new phone, I have to be conspicuous.
It may be one of the best ones. I love that one. I love watching them yell at each other with all the different things that they do.
Yeah, sure.
But no, that totally makes sense. So, like, maybe there's, like, an aesthetic. Like, editing is changing and film, like, cinematography is changing because the generation sort of consumes a different thing because of YouTube. And maybe,
it's a Tumblr.
Like, product placement is becoming a very different thing in film because, like, generating ad revenue through brand deals is just a thing, especially Awesomeness TV, being a part of production.
If Laura
like
Jean
maybe
just
those
with my delicious Subway.
Happy Gilmore did like a really fun, and it happened to be Subway. It was actually Subway, right? Like, they so made fun of him getting money through a Subway endorsement and, like, doing all these brands. It was super funny. Happy Gilmore was one of the best. Yeah, super good. But yeah, I mean, maybe because it is like a new media company producing it, and because things are changing a little bit, it's interesting to see
It's a YouTube-based media company, too.
Yeah. So maybe, like, brand deals are a much bigger thing than used to be. Because product placement used to be, like, a really big deal. It would happen, like, rarely.
Right.
And you would see it, and you'd be like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that person's actually drinking a Coke. Right. And it would be super obvious, too. Whereas in this, it was a little more
pointed
subtle.
at the camera.
Yeah. You would always, when they were holding it, like, the logo would be facing perfectly
I think
towards
she
the camera
even made
and
a comment about the sandwich choice that she was eating. Like, they had a
Well, she
conversation.
said that
they did
sandwich
Subway
about
a lot,
Subway.
right? Oh,
Yeah.
you can't have this Subway contraband. Should be my off-campus
Do they
master
just not?
plan or
Yeah,
whatever.
why didn't they not let you go and grab Subway for lunch?
Yeah,
It's
open
good.
campus is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Open lunch.
We had open campus.
Yeah.
Why don't you just?
Most
but
high schools don't.
Yeah, because
You have
it's
to-
not
high
good
school lunch is
for
so
It's a
bad,
safety
though.
most people
issue.
aren't going to Subway
Yeah.
and getting a sandwich and
That's
coming.
fair.
That's not their contraband
Right.
that they're going to get.
Yeah. So yeah, most people can't leave. I don't know. These days, maybe you can, but when I was
And have
in
you
high school,
ever
I couldn't leave
eaten
campus.
lunch in the library?
Oh, I've got that in my notes. I was like, what do you eat lunch in the library? That's crazy.
She
They don't
wasn't.
let
She was
you
just
eat?
no. She wasn't going to eat in the library.
No, she was.
Yeah,
She totally was.
No,
She sat
no,
down and started to eat.
No,
And
no.
got kicked out.
Yes, but that's why she got kicked out. But she went there to read her romance novel, and she brought carrots to snack on.
Well, she went to the lunchroom and she
Yeah.
couldn't find somewhere
Yeah.
to sit, so she decided to go to the library. And
So she was going to eat her lunch and read.
Yeah.
No, well, why is her lunch just carrots?
Oh,
I don't know.
That's
But
not.
that's what it was going
It's
to
a
be in the
snack.
lunchroom
It's her,
when she went in the lunchroom
it's
to
her
look for
signature
someplace to
thing.
sit.
It's carrot.
I thought it was super funny that
I like the library, by the way. It's pretty.
Well, yeah, but the whole school was gorgeous. It was a
know.
crazy school.
Yeah, everything
But
was-
I think the sign like said no carrots.
No, it said no soft food.
And then it had a
it
picture
said
of
like
carrot.
only
It
soft
said
food,
no.
and then
Okay.
it was a carrot with a line through it. Like I thought it was super funny.
That's the crunchiest food around.
That what she was eating happened to be what was.
So you
banned.
didn't ever eat in the library?
Oh, no. There was no way you could eat in the library. Yeah.
I mean,
That's just a rude
since
thing
we
to
had
do.
off campus, you wouldn't even stay on campus. That
Like
would
I
be
would
terrible.
go to the library and spend lunch and not eat and read and do stuff
Oh,
in the
yeah.
library because
Okay.
I was that
Nerd.
kid, right?
Okay.
Not all the time, but I would certainly go do that. But I certainly wouldn't go in there and eat lunch like that. Just that shocked me enough that I put it in my notes as well.